Franklin Delano Roosevelt was born in Hyde Park, New York on January 30th, 1882. His father was James Roosevelt and his mother was Sarah Delano Roosevelt. His parents and private tutors provided him with almost all of his education. He attended Groton, a prep school in Massachusetts, and he received a bachelor's degree in history from Harvard in 3 years.
Congratulations.
He studied law at Columbia University and later dropped out because he passed the New York State bar exam. For the next 3 years, he practiced law with a prominent New York City law firm. He entered politics in 1910 and was elected to the New York State Senate as a Democrat while he was from a Republican family. Theodore and Franklin Roosevelt have a lot in common. One example is that they both attended Columbia Law School. Teddy was meant to graduate in 1882, and FDR was supposed to graduate in 1907, but they both dropped out so they could pursue their political careers. Franklin Roosevelt went to Harvard Law and was mostly a C student. He became editor of Harvard's student newspaper, The Crimson. While at Harvard, FDR apparently declared himself a member of the Democratic Party, although he remained fond of Theodore Roosevelt. There is a limit on how long a president can hold office. However, this limit has not always been a law. FDR not only served 3 terms, but he was beginning his 4th term when he suddenly passed away. If he would have survived, he would have accounted for nearly 2 decades in the White House. Franklin Roosevelt was the only president in American history to serve more than 2 terms.
Franklin Roosevelt. Well, he served 3 terms and he's been great. Thomas Dewey. Dewey? What kind of last name is that? And who even is the third party? Franklin it is.
A few of FDR's most famous political and presidential slogans are "Happy days are here again," "Better a third-termer than a third-rater," "Wilkie for the millionaires, Roosevelt for the millions," and "We are going to win this war and the peace that follows."
Vote for Roosevelt! Woo! I'll vote for you, baby.
Finding cheap injustice for the people. Lastly, I want to transfer to the difficult situation of which in recent years a large part of the rural population of our state has come. With few exceptions, it is not shared in the prosperity of the urban centers. It is not enough to dismiss the problems with the generality that it is the result of changing economic conditions. It is time to take practical steps to relieve our farm populations of unequal tax burdens, to install economies of the methods of local government, to devise something marketing to stabilize what has been too much in speculative industry.
His undergrad studies seemed to be a piece of cake for him. It only took him 3 years to earn his bachelor's degree in history from Harvard. FDR then enrolled at Columbia University, but he abandoned his legal studies in 1907 after he passed his bar exam. FDR only practiced for a few years before jumping into politics.
I hope I do well on this. I passed the state bar exam. Now on to my political career.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt was the 32nd president who led the United States through the Great Depression and World War II. He expanded the powers of the federal government through a series of programs and reforms known as the New Deal. The New Deal helped improve conditions for people who were hurt during the Great Depression. Some experts believe that in his first 30 days, he did more to bring liberty to Americans than any president since Thomas Jefferson repealed the Alien Sedition Acts. Roosevelt was inaugurated on March 4, 1933, after dealing with the banking crisis and the budget during his first week on the job. On March 13th, he called the Congress to repeal Prohibition, which meant he could legally drink alcohol.
Thank you, FDR, for ending Prohibition.